Bar Stool Sports. Bar Titus. Brandon Walker. Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. Brandon Walker is out. He's out. And in his place is T-Bob with I got to say, the #1 college football personality banner is popping a little more.
Feeling
now that I look up.
Can you get the crop right, TJ? Yeah, there you go.
It's popping a little bit more now that
yeah, there you go.
T-Bob's in that.
Coming for the title.
Cody, let's get a screen grab of that.
Also, fuck Big Game Boomer, though.
Put a pin in that because I want
all my friends hate Big
I
Game
want to
Boomer.
circle back to that. It is Thursday, June 12th. We're live from Chicago. We're brought to you by Jägermeister 56 Botanicals, 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Wherever you're out, if you're hanging with friends at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff. Maybe you're going up 2-1 in the NBA Finals. Maybe you're in fucking Indianapolis, the home of basketball. 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana, and goddamn it, we're going to win the NBA championship. Maybe you're doing the mostly sports stuff. Call us shots. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. And remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister, the core 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister US, White Plains, New York. What do you want to talk about, T-Bob?
What do I want to talk about, Mark? What I think I want to talk about is what likely you want to talk about. Yes, sir. The Pacers getting it done. Was it the first finals home game in like 25 years?
25 years, yeah, man.
Quarter of a century, and you got to shout out to the crowd. It was an absolutely electric environment, willing that team in the fourth quarter to the victory. Matherin madness on full display. Bill Simmons getting something creepily correct. It was fucking
spot
cool,
on,
man.
right? Is it 27 and
27 and 22.
minutes? That's
27 points in 22 minutes.
Matherin was incredible. Both Arizona boys I thought were incredible. McConnell in the second quarter comes in and is just a fucking tornado.
The sequence
that guy
of robbing the inbound, getting the rebound, dumping it to Matherin is just pure white boy elite basketball. Just fucking hustle. Hustle your
you can
kickoff.
see in real time where he stole Alex Caruso's identity. It was Alex Caruso threw the ball in, and McConnell just picks it off and lays it in. That was in the third quarter, I think. Sometime in the third quarter.
Is that the matchup of? I pointed out at the beginning of the series. Is that the matchup of the two greatest hustling white boys in NBA history?
I think Della Vadova gets a lot of shine for being a hustling white boy, and I think it's because
rightfully so, I'd say, dude.
the thing about Deli though was he couldn't really do anything else. So that, and on the one hand, the Deli haters were like, "Get this guy out of my fucking face." On the other hand, it sticks in your mind that he was a hustler because he literally did nothing else. He couldn't do anything else. And TJ McConnell sort of feels that way, but every so often, TJ McConnell will hit a pull up, with that funky form he's got where he shoots it from like
YMCA All-Star.
Yeah, dude, he pulls up from at the elbow and he shoots it from like right here and just kind of like flips it up. Like
he
that.
can be surgical if you let him get in the paint.
Get a little surgical, yeah.
He had some insane finishes last night. He just has a fundamentality to his game, like you're talking about his shooting form, but his posture is always very upright, never bending at the waist, big knee bender. I mean, look, that's how you make up.
He
when
was
you're sneaky athletic.
Quintessential McConnell sequence was he gets to the rim. I think SGA was guarding him, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'll take the MVP one-on-one. Fuck it. In the finals game, I'll take him one-on-one." Yeah. He gets to the rim, shot fakes. I'm pretty sure it was SGA. I didn't synergize it this morning. Shot fakes. SGA goes flying. He's got the wide open. I guess it's a layup, but it's actually just like a shot from under the rim because he's at a dead stop. Misses it. Ball gets batted around. Nembhard hits the shot, and then that's when he stole the Caruso inbound.
Yes,
and that was a perfect McConnell experience. Was he had the confidence to get to the rim. In the end, he didn't have what it took to finish, but then he makes up for it. Like the Pacers still score, and then he picks off the inbounds and lays it in. And you're just like, this one.
Another
shades of Rico Bosco.
Yeah,
look at that. Look at that.
What a sequence. He got that. I mean, a guy like him, he leans into the stereotypes, but I don't know how you can watch that game last night and not think that he had a very obvious impact. He comes in and the second quarter, the Pacers are down 9.
Yeah.
McConnell comes in, and the fans are fucking foaming at the mouth because of this guy.
It's
and I think it has an actual impact, and that's what makes this Pacers team so fun to me is there is no one player, and it's driving the pundits crazy because you look at Tyrese Halliburton, you say, I don't know if he's a superstar. Then Pascal Siakam, you're like, yeah, he's been there before. He's won a title. He's got all the tools, but like, is he aggressive enough? I don't know if he's good enough to be the guy on the Pacers. Miles Turner, I don't know if he's good enough to be the guy. And you just go down the line, you're like, I don't know if I like the Pacers because they don't really have the guy who can be the guy. But then you watch him play, and you're like, the whole fucking team's the guy. You watched that game last night, T-Bob. They don't win it without Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
They don't win it without TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
They don't win it without Siakam. They don't win it without Halliburton being a little more aggressive. And that's what makes them so fun, is that there is no with the Thunder. It's like if SGA is not scoring 30, they might be in trouble in the not trouble, but you know what I'm saying. I'm overstating it a little bit, but they need him to be the guy. They need Jalen Williams to be the guy. The Pacers, they don't know who the guy is going to be because the guy, as it turns out, is all of them.
The Halliburton is a classic whole is greater than the sum of its parts organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is really the second year in a row, right? Because were y'all told this as well? I was told by all the analytics nerds in this playoffs that like the Pacers actually should have beaten the Celtics last year. Like the Celtics are really good, but they had like X win percentage in all these games. They found a way to blow it. So this has really been 2 years in the making, this run for the Pacers. It's and the other thing about him is it feels like if you're going to beat him, you got to beat the fuck out of him, because right now in crunch time, there is no one better.
They're so comfortable.
They are cool as can be. And I mean, the way that they separated at the end of that game last night, and the crowd basically standing up the entire fourth quarter, being rewarded for their effort. I think what they say, 8-1. In what are clutch situations? It's like 6 points in 2 minutes, I believe.
In the clutch games.
Yes, I believe they're 8-1 this playoffs in clutch games.
And I think so many people are trying to figure out how they're doing it. The clutch part, I mean. There's is it voodoo magic? Are they the team of destiny? Is Tyrese Halliburton, does he have some deal with the devil? Did Jim Irsay dying have anything to do with it? Did he sacrifice himself for the city of Indianapolis?
It's a powerful sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like on the scale of human sacrifice.
If in fact that is what happened, that's an all-time sacrifice, I would say.
Yeah. Selfless.
Go out, yeah.
And honestly, I mean, on the day that he passed, didn't he send the Pacers? Somebody look this up. I think Jim
his last tweet was like, "Go Pacers."
Yes, exactly.
That's how he went out.
He literally went out supporting and saying nobody would be happy. And you know now, Jim, he's probably freed of pain. Right, he's up in heaven. He's fucking shredding the guitar. Maybe he's doing heaven drugs, just finally free of all the earthly burdens that weigh us down.
Heaven drugs are probably so good. Go Pacers. That was it. Good luck to Herb, the entire Pacers organization in our city. That was the last thing he said. That was the last thing that we as the public know that he said.
Love you, Jim Irsay.
Was go Pacers. So I'm not here to say that that's not what's going on. Like if I also want to believe it was Jim Irsay sacrificing himself for the Pacers to have this magic and these late game situations. I'm just throwing out one alternative theory though, T-Bob. I'm just throwing it out there. What if it's just that the Pacers are really deep and other teams get gassed, and down the stretch they're comfortable because, like I said earlier, whereas most NBA teams in crunch time, they turn to their best player, they give him the ball, they spread out, and they say, go make a play for us. The Pacers are not constructed that way, and at times when things aren't going well, and in like game 2 when people are worried about the Pacers, like, it was a cute story that you stole game 1, but now game 2 is what we're really going to see, which is that you just don't have the horses. And at their worst, it's like, you just don't have a guy that can go get their own shot. But at the best is in these late game situations when the Pacers don't know who's going to step up. How could the other team know who's going to step up? And when there's 5 minutes left in the game, the Pacers are not a team that just devolves to like, Tyrese, you take the ball, you dribble it for 20 seconds, and then when there's 4 seconds left on the shot clock, somebody throw up a shot. They just continue to play team basketball, and because they're so deep, nobody has to play 46 minutes a night. And what if it's just that's the whole reason, and that's the explanation, and it's not so much voodoo magic, but then at the same time, you do watch some of the shots that Halliburton hit.
Well, I was going to say, but
how the fuck does he hit those shots?
It comes with the added benefit of you still have, like you're saying, you have other guys that can, like think about the Knicks comeback, right? What did Naismith hit 8 threes in a row?
Yeah, he might.
Unbelievable, right?
The number, as more time goes by, the number gets higher.
But
like
then
he hit 11 threes in a row.
Yeah, it's a classic fish story.
But
then you still have. Oh god, you still have the killer.
Yeah,
you still have like the final.
There's a lot of junk back there.
a
You
lot-
still have the final possession murderer.
Yeah.
So, like, when you do have the one possession left, you know you're going to Hallie. How about this, though? Because I'm a basketball layman, right? I'm a fan, and I view it generally all through a Pelicans lens, which is a awful place to be. But, what? Like, I was told, and I thought to my eye, that the Thunder were supposed to be the deepest team.
All-time great
Youngest,
team, right?
deepest,
Yeah.
like beginning of a dynasty, just like the Celtics were last year. So
Just like, yes.
it does feel like there's a bit of a.
We're in the midst of like 4 dynasties right now, by the way.
I mean, if the Pacers win, are they
Yeah,
a
are they in the
dynasty?
middle of
Because
a
they should have won last year. They should have won
Uh,
last year. I don't know exactly what the difference is between those.
That's an Ebo question.
Can you? Are there any
'cause the Thunder-
analytical insights?
The Thunder are a nerd team.
Yeah, they're a nerd
They're
team.
they're the team for the nerd.
They've accumulated assets,
Yeah.
infinite amount of assets.
Well, Sam Presti's a genius GM, and I think anybody who's a fan of a small market teams wishes they had somebody like that at the helm.
I bet other teams wish they had thought of acquiring Paul George and then trading Paul George.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, I wish the NBA actually let other teams do what the Thunder did instead of interfering and then putting in a GM who just created a bunch of burner accounts. But yeah,
You know, for somebody who has Howie Roseman in his life, you're acting like a little bitch. Okay? Like nobody feels fucking bad for you. Howie Roseman is the Sam Presti of the NFL. Like, what are you talking about?
but Sam Hinkie with the Sixers, he was tanking to acquire a lot of picks.
Connor, who did you say you were jealous of? What was
I
that?
said I was
New York
jealous
sports
of
fan.
New
what.
York sports fans. Yeah.
No.
The Knicks
In that
Yeah,
moment.
the Knicks like beat they didn't even win the series yet. I think the Knicks won. They like went up against the Celtics in the series, and then there were clips obviously of the fans in the streets going.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Always.
And Connor on the show was like, "God damn man, I'm so jealous of those New York fans."
Because
And we are how many months removed from the Eagles winning a Super Bowl?
3, 1.
Because it's basketball season, Mark, and I love Sixers playoff basketball. And we're not in it, and the Knicks knocked us out last year. That it was coming from a place of like
With that in mind,
jealousy.
How often do you
in
think
that
about
moment.
a Kawhi shot?
Oh, I think about the Kawhi shot all the time.
Yeah.
I
One
want
of
the Sixers
greatest
to win.
sports pictures of all time.
We want to recreate it right now because
No, stop.
We have it right now. We have the Kawhi shot on the couch right now. That's Embiid, correct?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
All right,
the
so
Raptors jersey.
Stop it.
Here,
Stop
throw
it.
me the ball,
Stop.
Mark.
Oh shit!
Mark, throw me the rock.
Stop.
Oh, shit! Is that the Cody Rhodes signed Ohio State basketball?
All right. So you're gonna
One of one.
You're gonna close out.
Also, this is the only reason why Embiid was even close to the ball was because Ben Simmons just did not do his job defensively.
Ben Simmons, LSU's finest.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Let's talk Sixers after the Pacers.
No, exactly. Stop.
Yeah, let's talk fucking Sixers, Connor.
Yes, sir.
Pacers go up.
I know,
2-1.
Ebo. Just to redirect it back on track, I think something that we might have ignored coming into this series is the fact that there is just a massive advantage that the Pacers have in terms of coaching. With Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
And
He's fucking awesome.
What is he? Isn't he like 8th all time now in playoff wins or something? Or maybe he just broke into the top 10 recently? Like the names that he is now keeping company with, painting him as pretty objectively like
Look,
one of the greatest coaches
if
of all time.
if he wins the title this year with this Pacers team after winning in 2011 with that Mavericks team,
and who
he
they
will-
went through in 2011,
well, that's what I'm
right?
saying, dude.
Yeah.
Like he'll have 2 rings. He has more than 2 rings.
Yeah.
Like there should be a multiplier. If he pulls this off, we should look at Rick Carlisle like he's won 6 or 7 championships.
Because isn't the I want to go back and look. I mean, obviously they beat the LeBron Heat team, but I want to say that 2011 championship is maybe the most legendary run of opponents that anybody's ever ever
and
gone
it's
through.
easy to look back and be like, well, you had Dirk, and Dirk is an all-time great, and he is. But at that time, Dirk was not like Dirk was thought of as like a pussy European. Dirk was just like a Dirk. There were questions as to whether Dirk had what it takes to like win a championship.
And I love in any great championship run where guys have to reach like their apex, like Siakam with the Raptors a few years ago. In that run, he was incredible the whole time. But for that Mavs run, I feel like it was Jason Terry. Mm-hmm. Jets was on fire. Was JJ Barrega?
JJ Barea, the LeBron star.
Barea, not Barrega. Yeah, JJ Barea.
Barea, yeah.
Getting after. Oh, also, Hustle White Guy Hall of Fame. I wanted to mention earlier. Mark the Mad Dog Madsen.
Oh my god.
Crowd used to go fucking crazy
yeah,
when
dude.
Madsen came out. Just energy.
Dude, dancing at the parade, the Lakers
Quantified.
parade. See if you can find that.
Wait, I've never seen Mark.
Find
Madsen
Mark Madsen dancing
Lakers
at the
parade.
Lakers. I don't know. He was on the 3-peat teams. I don't know if he was on all 3 of them, but it was one of those years.
Wait,
2000,
so-
maybe 01.
Mark, what would what do you think? Like, so now that we are getting tantalizingly close,
Yeah, there he
right?
is. There he is, right here.
Let's see him. How the fuck can you play in the NBA that long
Yeah.
and be that athletic? And that is what you're bringing to bear. With God, Kobe looks fucking cool.
Kobe looks cool as fuck. Oh, that's back to back. That was 01. What jersey he wearing? What jersey is Kobe wearing?
Mark Madsen challenge.
Look at how low that jersey goes.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh, that's Shaq's actual jersey on one of the. I think
Like
that's
a
what
trainer
happened.
or some sort.
I think one of the guys on stage was like, "Shaq, give me your jersey," and then Shaq's rapping.
I used
man.
to like those teams.
What were you saying, T-Bob? Sorry, we're tantalizingly close.
Yes, titillatingly so. I mean, is there any fear now that you're only 2 games away? 96 minutes. What would it mean to the state of
96 minutes
Indiana?
away. Oh my God! I'll be honest with you. I have been hater's not the right word. I was a doubter. How do I say this? When I was growing up, first of all, I grew up in a household that was a very much a college basketball household. My father was not someone who grew up with the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
So for that reason, when it came time to raise me, he was not someone that's like, in this house, we love the fucking Pacers. What I grew up with was Big Ten basketball, and the Pacers were kind of. I looked at the Pacers as sort of like I liked them, but they were like a sideshow sort of thing. It was like not like
so
a
was
real.
Indiana who you grew up on?
Yeah. We just grew up on. But that was how I was raised. You know, you're kind of. I maybe you'll back me up on but like you, as a kid, you kind of get into whatever your dad's into from a sports.
My
right?
grandfather is the entire reason why, even though I grew up in Georgia, I went to LSU.
Right.
That, like, literally defined my life.
So I like basketball. I'm growing up in Indiana, but in that state, basketball was when you talk about how much you love basketball, it's like more of the grassroots variety. It's more of like the high school gyms and more of the like we nail
Hoosiers.
We nail hoops to barns.
Hoosier shit.
Yeah. It's shit like that. It's like the little old lady in the supermarket like has thoughts on whether Purdue has what it takes to make the Sweet 16 this year.
That's fucking wild.
That's what you romanticize more so than the top level NBA team, right? But so for most of my life, I was under the impression and of the belief that the Pacers can't win a title, not because they're not good enough, but because the way the NBA is structured is that it's just too rigged is overstating it. It's more like tilted towards. Like, maybe you'll feel this
big
way
market
because you're a
teams.
new.
No. Look,
guy.
I'm a small market.
just-
like, look at what the fucking Knicks are doing right now.
Yeah.
You don't get to fire your coach who just led you to unprecedented heights and then be like, hey, give us one of the other team's good coaches. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly,
Like, no.
exactly.
What are you talking about?
I was always like a cynic. I was like an asshole, like 10-year-old. I was always just like, I'm watching the Pacers and Reggie Miller play in the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals, and my friends are like, what if they do it? What if? And I'm like, they're not going to do it.
No.
They just can't do it. They're never going to do it. It's never. And the closest I got to like actually believing that the Pacers might actually, holy fuck, are the Pacers actually like title good? Was the Malice in the Palace team going into that year? They took the Pistons in 04 to I think 7 games. Look that up. Somebody.
I don't remember that.
In the 04 playoffs, they gave the Pistons more of a fight than the Pacers did, and then they get Steven Jackson, I want to say, in the offseason, and they come into 05 fucking loaded. They start off the season very good. And then they beat the fuck out of the Pistons in Detroit because that game was over. When the fight happened, people forget. Maybe they don't. The game was over, and the reason the fight happened was because Ben Wallace was like, oh, fuck, the Pacers are better than us.
God, all-time bad guy.
So then the Malice in the Palace happens. The Pacers, the entire team gets suspended for the year. The whole, whatever. We all know what happened next. And at that point, I was like, it's just never going to happen.
So
because it can't happen. Because the stars needed to align for the Pacers to even be in a position where they actually had a championship caliber team. And then even then, the rug gets pulled out from under them, and Artest gets suspended for the whole year. And so I'm going somewhere with this. I promise. This is my career. This is my. So after like 05, I'm just sort of like, it's just. It's fun. I will watch the Pacers when they make the playoffs. I'll cheer for them. You know, like the Paul George teams are it sort of feels familiar, like what they're doing to LeBron, what Reggie did to Michael, which is like, we'll push you to 6 games, we'll push you to 7. We're never gonna beat you, but like it'll be a fun little ride along the way. And the whole time I'm like a cynic, I guess would be the word. I'm just sort of like, I'm cheering for the Pacers, but I'm also like, it just doesn't feel. I felt the same way that like lower level college football teams must feel about the college football playoff. You know what I mean? How must a Like I'm not to
Look,
use Indiana,
I mean,
but like
look.
the Indiana football team this year must feel where it's like you're kind of close enough to get
Yes.
into the mix, but like, do we really think that we're gonna? And I say all that to say, T-Bob, for the first time in my life, last night, because even going into these finals, I was like, this has been one of the all-time fun runs of any team I've ever cared even a little bit about, the Pacers in these playoffs. But now that the NBA Finals are here, surely the Thunder are going to wipe the floor with them. And then Game 1 happens, and I was like, holy fuck, this is so fun. But, like, are the Pacers really going to win it? And then Game 2 happens, you're like, see, this is what I was worried about, is like the Thunder are the better team. They're just going to turn the screws on them and tighten up the defense. And for the first time in my life, T-Bob, last night, as my head hit the pillow, I said, I'll be goddamn, the Indiana Pacers might win an NBA championship. I think for the first time in my life, I believe that the Indiana Pacers, whether it's this year, whether they hang on and do it this year, or whether it's next year, whatever, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I do believe that the Indiana Pacers are a franchise that can host the Larry O'Brien Trophy, and it's making me feel some things. Because it's been 37 years since it's been a long journey, and now I'm here. I'm fully in on the Indiana Pacers.
Boys, did y'all hear that? That is simultaneously beautiful and harrowing. The moment that a cynic who has long built and calcified his defenses, who has not let emotion enter the mix so as not to be depressed. Here we have Mark Titus. He has finally opened the gates.
Finally.
And allowed himself to feel.
To hurt. Dude,
Which is
it's gonna
scary.
hurt like
It's
hell.
scary. That's what I'm
It's
saying,
gonna
man.
fucking hurt.
It's only going to get more tense
Yeah.
from here on out.
Yeah.
So are you just like going to be balls in your throat, anticipation, nervous?
I think
pit in your
so.
stomach
Well,
the next
after
couple days?
I didn't say this on the show after Game 1, and everyone, it's one of those things you kind of can't say publicly because then everyone rolls their eyes and is like, "Shut the fuck up!" No, you're lying. But I honestly, after Game 1, after they won Game 1, and Halliburton hits the shot, I thought to myself, like, even if they lose the series, this is still. I'm not going to be that mad because it's just been such a fun playoff run that I'll look back on the 2025 Pacers and just be like, that was fucking awesome. And yeah, they didn't win the title, but it was fucking awesome. And I think T-Bob, I think they might have to win the title.
You're like,
they might have to win the title.
maybe
I think now to be this
hindsight.
close. I think to be this close. Because last night, I think Game 1 felt like a fluke to so many people because the Thunder, like they outplayed the Pacers, and the Pacers stole the game.
Fourth time the Pacers have come
Yeah.
back from like a 95 percentage like win chance and ended up gripping it from death.
But the idea around the series was like that's the Pacers are not the better basketball team, and that's going to be demonstrated over the course of the 7-game series. And I think after last night, I am allowing myself. I think Pacers fans are allowing themselves, and I think some of the national media and some other neutral observers are allowing themselves to entertain the idea. What if the Pacers are just the better team? I don't know that they are yet, but like after last night, it's like what if they just are? What if the Thunder just don't have it down the stretch? They're gassed. Their half court offense can sputter at times. They're too reliant on SGA. You know, for a team that's supposed to have all these weapons, like the weapons aren't weaponing.
Yeah, they have. The problem is they have Chet Holmgren's legs. And
Yeah.
I fucking loathe Chet Holmgren's legs.
What?
They make me uncomfortable to look at. They are impossibly thin to not be
loathe his
breaking.
legs.
Every time I see him, I cannot fathom that this man is able to play on an NBA court without catching an injury every single time he's out there. I guess the flip side of this is the Thunder fans just. Every emotion that you just expressed, they're kind of approaching from the opposite direction where I feel like they were kind of thinking they'd already won it going into this
Yeah.
series. And now they're watching their dreams once again in the NBA Finals shatter before their very eyes.
No, people were talking
God,
dynasty,
look at those.
like,
I mean,
Okay.
are you fucking
that's
kidding me?
insane.
Look at
That's
that.
crazy. Connor, you've been chomping at the bit to shit on Chet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nothing against him as a person. I fucking hate him as a player. Fucking hate him as a player. I'm watching him get, out-rebounded by Nemhard. He's getting swatted 3 or 4 times.
The Miles Turner block down the stretch.
Oh, bro, and that
From
was
three.
right after Turner, who was
Dude.
struggling, like bodied him to get an easy
He
layup.
got
body
his
was crazy.
entire-
He just went, boom.
Yeah, bodied him, and then the block was his entire palm. That wasn't like top, that wasn't fingertips. That wasn't even top half of the hand. It was just fucking eat this shit. Chet.
Holmgren's not blocking out.
Yeah.
And
He can't.
And the Pacers are getting good. I can't stand the way he plays the game. Can't stand it. Part of the reason why I just don't like this Thunder team as a whole. I'm rooting for the Pacers hard.
Thanks, man. That
It's
means
a
a lot.
hate watch for me, but I actually do thoroughly enjoy the Pacers and the way they play.
Yeah, I don't have a rooting interest. And after you just bared yourself like that and have allowed yourself to be vulnerable here, you're like somebody who had sworn off love because you'd had your heart broken too many times. I'm rooting for you.
Thanks, man.
I hope
That means
this
a lot.
works out.
That means a lot. It would mean I think it would mean a lot to the people of Indiana. Obviously, but I mean.
Well, I mean,
just
also
the
because like
idea
the Hoosiers haven't really held at their end of
I
the
know.
bargain, right? Like, there's been this void. Indiana's this place that's obsessed with basketball,
Yeah.
And there's been this void of success, and here come wasn't there a Frank Vogel team that made the finals?
No.
No,
They
never
made the
the
East
final?
Finals.
Oh yeah,
that's
with
what
Hibbert?
they took the Heat to 7 one year.
Yeah, okay,
I
that's
don't
what it
know.
was. They got
did
very
it multiple
close.
years, but they met the Heat a couple times in the Eastern Finals.
Frank
I
Vogel
think. And then they took him to 7 one year.
looks like his name would be Frank Vogel. You know how sometimes people's names really match their face? I would say that's where
Ebo,
Frank
you
is
had,
at.
you had thoughts on Nimhard and Neesmith.
They need to change.
Yeah,
They need to trade
change their
names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He believes. One of his takes was that Aaron Neesmith and Andrew Nimhard should change names. And,
They're two names that are so similar anyway that they're kind of hard to keep track of to me, trying to remember who's who.
Game 4 tomorrow night. It's the only back-to-back game with a 1-day break in between on the final schedule. Which I'm excited. I think this is great for the Pacers.
48 hours of edging.
Would you agree that was that just my perception? The Thunder were gassed.
No, they were
right down the
absolutely
stretch.
gassed.
They were gassed. And this is, I mean, the Pacers in Game 4 on Friday. The Thunder have their backs against the wall a little bit. You have to assume if you're the Pacers, you got to come out 100 miles an hour. You gotta cut on short rest. It's not really that short of rest, but as compared to all the other games in the finals so far, the Thunder are going to be on shorter rest. And they were gassed at the end of Game 3, you got to come out. I might start T.J. McConnell. I might just start T.J. McConnell to set the tone.
But
I
do
might
you
run
take
the
away?
offense.
Is it like cutting Samson's hair if you start T.J. McConnell?
Yeah,
to
it's
take
true.
away his powers.
I might just start the energy unit. I love that the Pacers have like 3 or 4 guys. Matherin's one of them. McConnell's one of them. Toppin's one of them. So at least 3, I guess, off the top of my mind, who at any moment can make one of the dumber plays you will ever see on a basketball court, and then just immediately turn around and make an incredible play that doesn't necessarily win the game for him, but it's like that's why he's out there. That's why you
Mathurin,
can't bench him.
like,
Got to
both-
keep him out there.
Both times the game felt like it was getting away from them, or potentially. I mean, get away, maybe an exaggeration, but second, fourth, Mathurin was incredible. So congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I really hope it doesn't go wrong.
We did.
I hope it doesn't go wrong.
If they win, you got to take your finest girl to Top and Ave, right?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
taking my finest girl to Top and Ave. Which
What is Top and Ave?
I love Top and Ave, dude.
The Pacers did what the Knicks
They
did,
Yeah.
changed all the
and they changed the street
names.
names.
But Top it is
Top and Ave is awesome.
Top and Ave.
Oh, yeah, dude.
that's gonna be a popular street in Indy if they win. Yeah, there you go, Top and Ave. Speaking of my finest girl, Connor, we might have to have a serious discussion if the Pacers can clinch game 6 is going to be in Indianapolis. It is next Thursday, which is the due date for my child. I might need you to just take care of all of that for me so I can go to the game.
Yeah.
So here's the dilemma.
I might need you. What I'm saying is your role, you're obviously going to be in the delivery room.
Yes.
We know that. But I'm saying you might have to just be me. You just might have to take on a bigger role. in
Can
this
you grow
delivery.
like more of a Fu Manchu, like situate that part of your beard a
You have
little
to
bit?
dye your
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, you should
Dye
dye
the
your
beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Mission Impossible and just create a whole new face
Yeah.
mask of Mark. I have volleyball on Thursdays.
Wow.
That is the one.
You're gonna miss. Wait, you're gonna miss the delivery.
That is the
of his-
one. That's the one bugaboo.
It's his good league.
Yeah, this is my good league, the league that we're flailing right now.
This is unbelievable.
But I will skip the volleyball game if need be.
You're skipping the birth of your child for
Yeah.
a volleyball game.
What the fuck, dude?
I would have to talk to my team, but that is the one bugaboo. Every other night I should be good.
You're really gonna make?
But
Mark
that's the
miss-
due date.
Yeah, I know.
So then I'm gonna have to miss game 6. You understand that, right?
No, yeah, I'm saying you could go to game 6. I'm going to have to talk to my team. I'm going to have to let them know I'm probably going to have to miss because I have to be in the delivery room. But
Hey
that
guys,
would
I
be-
got to go film a birth. I'm sorry, I can't make
T-Bob,
it.
you have kids.
Yes.
Can't my wife just like cross her legs?
Just hold it.
Hold it.
Just keep it inside.
Just hold it. Is that not a viable tactic?
Get ready, dude.
Just cross your legs for.
It is one of the
Another 10
more
days.
insane experiences you will ever have in your entire life.
I cannot. I mean, you understand it. Obviously, you've been through it, but like the mental torture that has been the last like 3 weeks of my life.
Yeah.
Feel
like you're
I've
on
been
call?
I've been ready. I mean, like everybody just asks you, "Are you ready to be a dad?" I'm like, "Yes." I don't know if there's ever been anybody more ready to be a father than like I don't. Yeah, like I'm very much ready. But now that the day is approaching, all the scenarios going through your head. The realization that like this is the biggest day of your life and you don't know what day it is.
Yeah, and there's
That's so
something-
bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Every other big day, when you're playing in a national championship,
Yeah, you have time to think
you
about
say it's going to be on this day at this
Yeah.
time.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
just
fuck. It might be right now. It might be in 10 minutes. It might be 3 weeks from now, and I'm just on edge at all times. So
it's a bit of a purgatorial state in which
Crazy.
to live. But I will say this: there is something when you see that baby, there is something primal that unlocks, like a flood of emotion that will just completely overwhelm you. It's like the greatest drug in the world for about 2 weeks. Now, it comes with a lot of simultaneous, like, terrifying fears. Like, I always said that I learned fear for the first time when I had a baby, like true deep-rooted fear, because I suddenly had something that I loved so much I didn't want anything bad to happen to it. But if the Pacers win a championship
Oh my
on top
God.
of it,
Oh my God.
you are going to be the literal
if-
happiest man on the planet.
what if like
Guaranteed.
I beggars can't be choosers. I'll take a championship however we can get it. But what if like Halliburton hits a shot?
It could happen while
And-
you're in the living
and
room.
we're in
100%.
the room, and like that, like the push happens as the like I scream as the shot goes in.
You're screaming,
And
she's
then,
screaming,
and then
baby's
my wife
screaming.
pushes a little harder because the shot goes in, and then the baby like is born, like as the shot, the game winner to win an NBA championship.
In ancient times,
do you
we
think
would
about
call that an omen, right? I
Yeah.
would think that would guarantee that you have a certified hooper.
Yeah,
On the day. If like they say
I
that
think
Genghis,
so, yeah.
They say Genghis Khan was born clutching a blood clot. That's like the modern basketball equivalent of
there
that.
you go. Yeah,
No matter if Halliburton hits a game winner during the birth, I don't think you have a choice, regardless of gender. It has to be Hallie
I have to name
Tyrese.
my,
Yeah.
my kid
or Tyrese.
Tyrese
yeah.
Titus?
Tyrese.
Tyrese Titus.
Oh, that's awesome.
TT.
You probably. Have
By the way, I don't. We can move on past the baby stuff, but
Yeah,
just
whatever you want,
just to peek behind the curtain. That is when you at home are watching these shows and you're in this room talking to me. All that's going on in my head is just like baby shit.
Yeah.
It's very hard to keep my eye on the ball. But the idea. So we've had name. We don't know if we're having a boy or girl.
Hell yeah, we didn't figure out either.
Yeah, we don't know.
I think that's an elite
it's awesome.
choice.
Awesome
choice.
Connor knows.
Connor's the only person that knows.
What?
Yeah, Connor knows.
Bro, that's a fucking lot
Yeah.
of responsibility. That's crazy.
I'm very tied to this child.
Yeah.
He's filming
Yeah.
the birth and he's the only one who knows the gender.
I do not know the child.
So we
Oh, okay.
have. I assume you did this as well. You pick out a boy name. You pick out a girl name.
Yeah.
But this is something that my wife has floated that I think is not uncommon for women to do, which is the idea of what if the baby comes out and it's not, and I look at it and it's not the name that I picked. And I said, what do you mean by that? And I'll use Connor as, we're not naming our baby Connor. We might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's
Comes
like,
out with red hair,
if
beautiful eyebrows.
say we decided to name our baby Connor, and she's saying, yeah, but what if the baby comes out and I'm holding it and I look at it and I say, that doesn't look like a Connor. And I say, woman, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, to be fair, babies can be varying degrees of ugly. Sometimes you get a really cute one. But, a lot of times they come out and they're just kind of mishmashed and, kind of unformed little hunks of meat.
Was this something that was a concern to you and your family?
No, actually,
it never,
we ended
like,
up.
you-
Now, I think that was always in play, but I think that's a classic, like, cross that bridge when you get there.
Yeah.
We ended up, now, if I had a boy, which I ended up having eventually, it was always going to be Bobby Joseph Avery IV. Wasn't question there. Had to keep him moving. Quad Bob, shout out Lil Queasy. But no, Alice and Odette are my other two. And they were both Alice and Odette before they were born. No
yeah.
waffle, no wobble.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is I think it's going to be hard for a baby to have such a clearly defined look
That's
that
what
you
I
would be
think,
like,
yeah.
I don't think his name works.
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Are you the only third with a prefix? You're third
yeah.
Bobby Hebert?
Well, so it's not actually third. It means
It's a Southern
it
thing.
means
It's a Southern.
it means petit Bobby. It means little Bobby. It's a Cajun thing. Specific.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so you could be like junior, you could be third, fourth, whatever. It's just a way of if you're named after your dad. You know how they have like I grew up with like a big Mitch and a little Mitch. You know the people do that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's little Joe. It's same deal.
I thought
Joe.
I thought you I thought Bob was your middle. I thought Robert was your middle name.
No, we are actually
Like, that's how
really
Brandon-
named Bobby.
Okay.
Everybody thinks Robert's real name. We're one of the few people actually named Bobby. And my grandfather, Bobby Joseph Hebert, senior, blue-eyed, wonderful man.
But that is your first name though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Because a lot
Bobby
of the
Joseph
Southerners
Hebert. Yes.
do the like Brandon does he's Thomas Brandon Walker.
What the fuck?
Oh, you
And
didn't know
he
that?
goes by
Oh,
Brandon.
none of
T-Brand.
TB.
That-
Tuberculosis
that's
Walker.
that's the thing in the South.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I
People like just they know from the start we're just calling you by your middle name.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, you have to keep the
Yeah.
you have to keep the family name.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. Once you get to 3, it's like if I had a
Yeah.
boy, I couldn't fucking, it can't veer now.
So is he Q Bob?
I fuck around and I'll call him Quad, Queasy, Q, but mainly just Bobby.
Okay.
Also, most people, I should point out, do not keep the T into adulthood.
Okay.
I don't know. I always
So that's
thought it
the
was
Cajun-
representative of my personality.
That's the Cajun equivalent of putting the like Y, like say,
Or it's like-
if your name is Mike but you're a little boy and they call you Mikey.
I got a buddy
That's what.
whose first and middle name is Talman Eugene. I won't fully dox him. Talman Eugene, but he's of Spanish heritage, and they call him Trey because he's a third. He's Talman Eugene the third, and so I think that's what I would most like equivalate.
Yeah.
Equivalence.
That's right. Yeah.
That's an equivalence. Would be
equivalent.
Equivalentating.
Qualitative.
Trey and Petit Little Bobby.
But your driver's license doesn't say like T Bob.
No, Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby.
Shout out.
Nutrafol, hot days, humid nights, and nonstop plans. All that heat can increase hair shedding, while a packed schedule can add stress, which can impact your hair. Nutrafol's whole body approach and clinically tested formulas support your hair from within, so you can focus on living your best life all summer long. An investment in your hair is an investment in yourself, just like hitting the gym or upgrading your wardrobe. Taking care of your hair can boost your confidence and help you look and feel your best. Today's sponsor, Nutrafol, supports hair growth from within, targeting root causes of hair thinning for visibly thicker, fuller hair in just 3 to 6 months, so you can show up as your best self every day. Summer is full of big moments, weddings, vacations, endless photos, but if you're dealing with hair thinning or shedding, showing up and being present in those moments might feel tough. Nutrafol takes a whole body approach to hair growth, working from the inside out, so the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be feeling confident and focusing on what matters most to you. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code MOSTLY. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code MOSTLY, Nutrafol.com. Promo code MOSTLY. Go do it now.
Hell yeah. Hell of a read.
Nutrafol.
Hell of a read. Marky
all right.
Mark.
All right, well, we don't need to belabor the Pacers situation too much.
Which is the better
But, yeah, we
social
can move
media
on.
story? It being the 1-year anniversary of Hawk Tua or the Whip Nene man? I believe it's
Oh.
Salento
Yeah.
going to jail for murdering his cousin.
And that song is, I'm not familiar with that one. What is that song?
Watch me whip. Now watch me Nene.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, now I
Watch me
remember.
whip,
Yeah. Now I
whip,
remember.
now
Feels almost weird doing it.
It
Knowing the
a
news.
little bit of a dancing on the grave situation there. I was thinking about this today. First off, Whippin' I think is a pretty fun and original dance in terms of it combines some movements in some ways that I like really hadn't even thought about. Like I remember back in the day trying to like, wait, so how does this work and like learn it? But how big, because this is pre-TikTok,
Yes.
right?
It was like Vine.
Yeah, this was Whip Nene was
2015.
like
It's like a decade ago now.
2015?
This was after.
Freshman year of high school.
2015.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was your freshman year of high school.
That was my freshman senior.
That's right. Now
Might
that
have been
you,
my
now that
sophomore
you
year of
say it,
college.
I do remember it as Connor's freshman year of high school.
I didn't
hot
thought about
dance.
that. I haven't put together the piece.
Yeah. 2015. Watch me whip /Nene.
I remember there's a time when
peaked
all
at
the
number
NFL
3.
guys
This
were
is-
doing it.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy Hill, Odell Beckham,
No.
all the LSU boys were on it.
What's the top dance song of all time? What's the top song?
Cha-cha?
Macarena.
Macarena.
Macarena's in there. Electric Slide.
Soldier Boy?
Electric Slide.
Cupid Shuffle.
Cupid Shuffle.
I mean, it's just a wedding playlist.
Down, do your thing.
Tootsie Roll.
Now you make me want to shout. At a wedding, that always plays.
I meant.
Yeah.
No, you mean like choreographed
I meant like
dance.
yeah, like they're like I'm gonna do
Stanky Leg.
I'm gonna do the dance that goes to this song.
Cotton Eye
now.
Joe.
Stanky Leg.
Cotton Eye
East Side
Joe.
Stomp.
And up, man, up, now, no.
Oh,
YMCA.
YMCA. Good
is a
answer,
banger.
Chad.
But
Good answer,
is it
Chad.
Gangnam Style?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, is there a dance that goes with Gangnam Style?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there is.
Connor,
Is
do
it
it.
just
Connor, do
this?
it for T-Bob. No, get up and do it.
Just-
Get up and do
just
it.
that?
Get up and do it. I'll sing. You do the.
Let's do Evolution of Dance right now with Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Evolution of Dance, the original most.
Oh, my Gangnam Style. Sexy lady. Gangnam Style.
Whoa! I know, do the Running Man.
Evolution of Dance was the most watched YouTube video of all time for a while there.
That's right.
It was one of the early YouTube Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Broke your brain when you watch it. You're like, this fucking guy can do it all.
He remembers everything.
Oh my God.
He's got all the dance.
It do be like that. Oh my God. It was like that. Oh my God. In 1994, we were doing that.
If only fucking.
was-
I wonder what led to this guy killing his cousin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he couldn't monetize whipping Nene in the way that he
Yeah.
wanted to. Maybe it was too much money. More money, more problems.
Yeah.
What's
I don't know.
He-
Sorry, Salento.
Is he a one-hit wonder? You ever have a second?
Yeah. What is your second favorite Salento song, would you say?
I think it's
It's tough. There's so many. It's hard to pick just one.
West Side Living was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Hawk
2.
I can't even think of a good.
Hawk 2 was 1 year ago. But
Yeah.
1 year ago
Did a
yesterday.
part 2
Hey,
to Whipping Name.
We did a part 2.
I'll say this about Hog Tua. It feels like that story lived multiple years in one calendar year. Like it feels like to have come, stuck around, disappeared, and now still be kind of floating around the edge. To have this character arc in one calendar year is actually pretty insane.
It's very impressive that she never really pivoted, T-Bob. That's the thing, is she never put out an album. She started podcasts, but she, like, even on the podcast, as far as I know, it was just like, spit on that thing.
Talk to her.
It was just like, I'm Hawk Tua, welcome in. I'm gonna spit on that thing. I'm gonna talk about that time I did the video where I said spit on that thing. And it was never, there was never like, I'm gonna make a music album and put it out and see how the people like it, or like I'm gonna launch a fashion line, or she was just like, I'm gonna reference that one specific thing
I'll say this though, dude.
for an entire year.
I felt like she has talent on the mic. I mean, she beat Bill Maher. Did y'all watch? Did y'all watch when she went on Bill Maher?
I guess
She
I
went
should
on
have.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, and she made him feel like she really kind of emasculated him a bit. She was like she was getting after him about being old and shit.
Really?
And
I guess
he kind of folded a little.
I should have
bit,
prefaced
dude.
my statement by saying I'm not keeping up with what she's up to at all. I have no
Here's-
idea what the fuck she's
Here's
actually
the most
doing.
important thing that Hawk Tua taught me is the fucking scam that are meme coins. Has anybody ever seen CoffeeZilla in here on YouTube?
Yeah.
You got any CoffeeZilla fans? Yes, TJ, you got it?
I think that, him and Dave gone at it or talked? Or,
No,
or
he's
on a
actually
podcast
they've
or-
talked. He's talked about Dave quite a bit. He's actually while he doesn't agree with maybe Dave like openly pushing the meme coin, he does like the honesty to which Dave said this is clearly a scam,
Right.
in which we are just like pumping to dump, right? But yeah, if you have not watched CoffeeZilla, it is fucking fascinating. Late stage capitalism. Our entire society is fucked with what's going on with meme coins, which even the president's doing now. So I don't fucking know. Who knows? Thank you to Haley Welch.
Thank you, Haley.
She started it all.
She started. I don't even
She
know
changed
what
the
you.
world.
I don't even know what you mean by it all, but yes.
Do you think that the
She- that applies to no matter what you're talking about. She did start it all.
two like moving like significant moments in human history are Pokemon Go to the polls and Hawk Tua Girl? Spit on that thing.
Pokemon Go to the polls. I'd forgotten about that.
Those two moments changed the world.
Oh shit, we got some big news here, boys.
Some guy, by the way, just DM'd me on Twitter. It said, I went to Penn State with Connor, and he used to introduce himself at parties. Because you guys were talking about pump and dump.
Yeah.
He goes, I went to Penn State with Connor, and he used to introduce himself at parties as the pump and dump guy.
Hell yeah.
Like he goes, he said I pump him and then I dump him.
Power moves only.
That's true.
And that's the. Thanks, man.
Used to,
we do a lot of
tell guys that you pump them and then you dump them.
We do a lot of stuff on this show that obviously I'm the butt of the joke for. You guys saying, hey, anybody out there, just start a sentence with, I went to school with Connor. I went to Penn State with Connor. And leave comments like that. That's maybe my worst, least favorite thing that you guys have done.
Used to introduce
But y'all went to
yourself.
school together.
No, we didn't. I don't know.
No. I mean, he said y'all went to school.
You said you went to school
Why would
together,
you
and you
make
would
that
go
up?
into you would introduce. You're like, I'm the pump and dump guy. I'll pump him.
It's a power play.
I'll pump him and then I'll dump him.
It does make the story believable if you add in. I
Oh,
went to school with this
I
guy.
thought he was going around like with a breeding fetish. I thought he was pumping and dumping inside.
Oh,
You're talking about
I think he pumps.
Yeah, he's
him,
just
and then
playing it.
and then
He's like,
and
get
then
the fuck out of
bumps
here.
him. That's what I took it
Next.
as. I'll you know what?
Which
I'll-
one was it, Connor? Ask him. He went to school.
Yeah,
together.
ask that guy.
I'll ask him which one.
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people went to Penn State. You know,
One of the biggest schools.
you have no way he could have. Even think he did. Probably.
Largest living alumni base.
So this is pretty big right here.
Largest living alumni.
That's true.
This is at Sports Clips. Is dropping something huge this June, guys. The Playmaker Scents. That's right. Scent, as in sniff. For a limited time, when you get the MVP haircut experience, a.k.a. the most relaxing haircut in the game, you can pick a brand new relaxing scent for your hot steamed towel. Hell yes. Choose from a lineup of sports-inspired scents like early morning practice air, which smells like fresh grass, a cool breeze, and the start of a legendary season. Rawlings' new leather glove with, imagine this, warm, rich notes of leather. And then the wild card for those bold or hungry enough to try it, Stadium Buttered Popcorn, which smells insane. Fun fact, the buttered popcorn, actually the favorite amongst the Sports Clips crew. So what are you waiting for? These scents are only around for June, and then they're gone. So visit now to try them out. Go to Sports Clips. It's a game changer. Offer in 6/30/25. All participating locations only were permitted by law.
Premature clapping, but
Bang,
there
bang,
we go.
Do we have a-
first,
Bang, bang, bang.
first
Our permanent ad read guy?
first ad reader?
What is it?
Is that your first ad read at the stool?
That is my first ad read at the school, actually. Hell yeah.
Oh
We
my
have
God.
breaking news. Is that your breaking news music?
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Time.
a little
Hold on. Hold on.
sinister. It's a little sinister for breaking
This
news.
is worthy of breaking news. We have a Brandon Walker
You could try him
collab.
out.
But I just want to
Yeah, now, like,
What was
better?
go back to the first one.
It needs like a dun.
Bright energy.
yeah,
driving
it needs to be
news music.
shorter. It needs to be more like,
Hold on. Let's just.
no, this is like sci-fi.
Yeah. This is. I feel like I'm
This
watching
is like X-Files.
Unsolved Mystery.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
actually what this is. This is unsolved.
With
Mystery.
Robert fucking Stack. Was that his name?
I don't know, but I remember one time
Robert Stack. Look that up.
my grandparents had an RV parked in my driveway about unsolved mysteries. It was like a robbery, and I was scared to walk from the RV to my house because I thought I was going to get robbed. Very
Dude,
fucking scared.
that show fucked you. That
Terrified.
would fuck you up. There was an Unsolved Mysteries episode about spontaneous human combustion. I still think about it from time to time. I still think about the idea that like
I actually remember that.
maybe I'll just suddenly combust.
Yeah. I mean, with the birth and the championship happening at the same time,
Yeah.
maybe you're the next sacrifice.
Yeah.
First it was Jim Irsay, then it was Mark Titus,
Oh,
and
shit.
now it's two Brandon Walkers. So
Super,
here's the
yeah, all
breaking
right.
news.
So here's the breaking news. Brandon Walker collab has officially happened. The world ain't ready for two Brandon Walkers. # more to come. # business wise. Isn't that Jerry's thing?
Yeah.
He's stepping on Jerry's shit.
Brandon's
That's
tall?
interesting.
Our Brennan?
I'm about to say he looks very tall there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it, how
Well, the
tall
other
is
Brandon.
Other Brandon.
Other Brandon's probably 6'6", 6'7", probably.
6'7".
6. Yeah.
6'7".
6'7".
Brandon's like, what,
This
like
is-
6'5". Was Brandon the one saying he could dunk and stuff back in the day?
He won a dunk contest.
Won a dunk contest against Dwayne Jefferson,
What?
who played in Greece. Yeah.
God damn.
That's all we know, though.
Yeah.
We don't know much else about it.
True.
but
Dwayne
we've never
Jefferson
seen-
is on
Dwayne
the
Jefferson.
notable alumni of
You went to
West
school
Point,
with him?
Mississippi. No,
Oh.
we got to get Brandon on the notable alumni, though.
Yeah.
He's not on there.
That's big time. I'm happy for Brandon.
Yeah, my school won't fucking put me in any Hall of Fames or anything either. It's a very Christian Church of Christ school, and Even though I love church. I actually fucking love church. But
Yeah.
I think they've deemed me too degenerate.
They didn't. You're not in your high school's Hall of Fame. Just
Nothing. Not athletically, not professionally. And now I'm working at this fucking place.
Yeah,
I've been gambling and dick
you're
jokes.
Doomed. Yeah, you're doomed.
Never.
Yeah,
Are you in
well,
your high school's Hall of Fame?
I don't know if we have one, but no, I don't think I would be. No,
Connor, are you in your high
I don't
school's Hall of
think I
Fame?
would be.
I
I mean, I know
don't
I'm
think we have
not.
one.
I'm saying, but I also don't think I'm worthy of being included in mine.
Why, you got like a really good Hall of Fame?
We got some ball players now. We did this the other day on the show. Pull up that show T-Bob. Show the
They could build a
notable residents.
a playoff starting rotation.
For what, like NBA?
Not rotation,
Like
but-
basketball?
Baseball.
Oh, baseball?
Yeah,
They got
we have pretty for being a public high school in bumfuck Indiana.
Oh, shit.
We got a decent. This is the.
How
this
big
the
is this
town.
school?
You can just go to the high school even. TJ, try to find a.
How big is this school, though?
We
Look at that, Mark Titus on the Wikipedia.
2,000,
Let's
I want to
go.
say students 2,000.
Okay,
It was
okay,
a
that's
sizable
pretty big.
school.
Yeah,
It was a
that's pretty
sizable
big. That's
school. It
pretty
became a sizable. We do. Indiana does. Most towns in Indiana only do one school. Like it's not. I don't know how you guys do it, but
I went to
you
private school. I fucking drove
the
45
public.
minutes.
There's a notable alumni in Cannon Catchings, BYU. Forgot about him.
Gordon Hayward?
Chris Jones, Gordon Hayward. Yeah, fucking
that's Chris Jones, the DB.
Hunter Johnson.
Oh.
Forgot about him. He played at Clemson for a half second.
Yeah, it's his former college football quarterback. That's big.
Yeah. Where's Huh. All right. What I want to talk about was that as we speak right this second, there's a golf tournament going on. It is called the U.S. Open. It is a major. It is one of the 4 golf tournaments every year that the golf world deems as a little bit more special than all the others. What sets this golf tournament apart, T-Bob, is that every single year around this time, you hear the belly aching from the players. Some of it is more belly aching than others. Some of them are laughing at the situation. But no matter what their tone is as they talk about it, they all are making the exact same point, which is that this golf course that we are about to play this week might be the most difficult golf course in the history of golf. You've never seen anything like this. Where are we at right now on the leaderboard? Is the golf course winning?
Not when I saw, dude.
Because I thought like Rory started out pretty good, right? He was like minus.
Yeah, he was
3
2 under when I saw.
under.
JJ Spawn is 4 under.
He's 4 under.
There are currently 8 players under par.
This was for it happens every single year, but I think this year was they raised the bar even more on the amount of like you guys don't understand. This will be the most difficult golf.
Yeah, I mean they were all talking about how somebody's going to win finishing over par. Which I mean, I guess to be fair, contextually, 8 players under par, like not a lot, but it's still not a great look. After you've been jerking off about how hard it is, and then Spawn is up there at 4 under leading the way.
Ebo, you put it on the prep sheet. What was the golfer that said if he could just take +6 right now, he would do it?
I believe that was Ben Griffin.
Griffin
who was
who's
1
doing
under.
well. Who's doing really
He's
well.
like, if I could just push a button right now, and you tell me that on Sunday I'm +6.
Is Ben Griffin the amateur?
Push that button.
No.
Did I make that up?
No.
I don't know shit about golf. The only Ben Griffin I recognize is Ben Hill Griffin Stadium.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of.
Fucking swamp. No, I think it's. I think
was
the
thinking of.
funniest part about Oakmont was, so I think Liam just lives here.
He does.
Yeah, he just lives here, right?
Yeah, he does.
So we get here early in the morning, and I was the second one in the cave, and I'm like, oh man, look at this! They're really fucking up Oakmont, right? And then Liam had this great spiel about how like I don't think people are accounting for how good PGA players are now and everything, and he was forced to repeat that about 5 times.
Yeah.
Because my line was not at all original. Every single person that walked in the cave was like, oh shit, so much for that.
Yeah.
And then Liam would have to run through it once again.
He told me before I came in here, he said, if you guys talk about the tournament before I get in there, just say that the course is winning. Or the course is not winning.
Yeah, of course.
I fucked it up right now.
I don't know. I'm
Course is
looking
not winning.
Certified not winning.
Yes. That's
But
all he
they-
told me.
but
He said,
they-
"The course is
90% of
not
the
winning."
players in the field right that are teed off are over par right now.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of golf to be played,
A lot of golf.
and there's a lot of overnight adjustments to be made as well.
They could
What
double mow.
do they do? How do you adjust? You move the
How does the
pins?
course adjust?
Yeah.
Move
the
so
pins.
they'll mow the greens tonight, and then they'll roll them, and then they'll
Roll them, make them hard.
and then they'll mow them again in the morning, and maybe like double roll
Make
them.
them nice and firm.
Yeah.
Move the pens.
Have you seen what they've been doing with the volunteer ground screw guys? So for these big tournaments, I usually bring in like ground screw guys from like other municipal courses around the area and other USGA
Great
courses.
knowledge,
And they,
Eva.
well, I used to work on a ground screw, and I got
Okay.
offered to do the TPC or just Tigers old tournament like Rocket Mortgage at TPC Potomac. But they have these guys just walking around with push mowers in like this.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Wait, why are they
I
walking
saw
in
this
a straight
clip.
line?
I saw
They're
that
all
clip.
behind each other.
I saw that clip.
This is
What is this?
this is all for show.
That's the dumbest fucking thing
Are
I've
they
ever
not
seen
mowing
in
the
my
same
life.
spot over and over and over again?
Yes.
I feel like I'm watching like the ducks come out of that one like elevator into the hotel lobby. Like,
What,
why are they behind?
this is for the clip, right? They're,
Yeah.
they're doing
Has
this
to
to
be.
film it, and then they're like, "All right, boys, we got what we needed."
they probably don't
Has
even have
to
the
be.
blade set to cut the grass. And
what do we do? Come on,
Yes.
come on,
So when
come on.
when I worked on a golf course, you have like sometimes these bunker setups where there's the hill and then the bunker. And the worst job on the entire golf course is they wouldn't give you a push mower. They'd give you a weed whacker, and they'd say, go down there and like trim the edge of all these bunkers. And you're bent over, your hands are rattling like this. Like you don't even have feeling. And it's like, you don't need that.
I've never seen that though. Literally horizontally having the push mower on the side there just to edge it perfectly.
This is AI.
I was thinking legitimately that them all walking in the street like
looked like
felt
AI.
like something that an AI video would spit out because like this is how you just type in elite grounds crew. This is what it's going to give you.
Jersey Day is this is crazy. This is crazy.
There's no way those things.
Get them, boys.
It is Jersey Day today. As is custom on the show, we will go around the room and highlight the jerseys we are wearing. T-Bob, I will let you do the honors.
Yes.
Starting us off. A great debut for you, by the way.
So this has been in a case, buried away in an attic or in like a shadow box. It was framed, buried away in an attic for probably 25 years, somewhere around there. This is a Kobe Jones 10th anniversary MLS LA Galaxy jersey. It's sponsored by Bud Heavy. Mm-hmm. I don't know what year 10 would have been, but on the back.
Your 10 would have been 2006?
Look at that. You see what that says?
2005, something like that. To T-Bob, keep kicking. Kobe Jones. Kobe Jones.
Kobe Jones, dude. Kobe Jones. He fucking, he knew I love ball, love footy. Keep kicking. I have no idea how I got this jersey. It's always been in my life. I've never met Kobe Jones. No idea anything about
You have no
him.
interest in soccer.
I used to like Kobe Jones. No, I do. I used to love soccer growing up. I used to.
He was a good ball player.
No, he was
for
a
the US
beast.
Team, right?
Yeah, he was a
right,
beast.
He had the. I'm thinking of the dreads, right?
When I
He had the hair.
yeah,
That's
when
pretty
I
good.
was a little kid, bring up Kobe Jones. When I was a little kid, yes, he was the U.S. soccer player.
They was it 06 World Cup? They had a decent little by U.S. standards.
No,
it
the
was
09.
02.
Was it 09
02.
or 2010? Whenever oh wait, sorry, no, I'm dumb. Yes, the Landon Donovan year where they made the quarterfinals,
Was that
beat
02?
Mexico, was whichever one was around 02.
It would have been 02.
Okay, then yes. Yeah, that was because I remember I was at
02 World
UNC
Cup
basketball camp. There he is. So it's interesting. I think the only reason why this
there he
jersey
goes.
fits me is because it's a 2X, because that was the style back then.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
wearing
it was baggy now.
the big jerseys.
Yeah, there you go.
These are the best jerseys.
Shout out
So
Kobe.
this was a game worn, you believe?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
It feels like it's pretty shitty quality, and it's actually melting. If you touch the logo, it'll come off on your
I
skin.
mean, early
gotta be
days.
careful.
The early days of MLS.
yeah,
could have been.
They could have been.
We
good for it.
I don't know if you're aware of this. It comes up on the show every so often. Almost always when someone wears an MLS jersey on the show. Are you aware that they used to do shootouts in MLS on a running start?
Somebody, Big T was talking to me about this morning. I did not know that.
Really?
No, it's like the XFL when they used to roll the
Yeah,
ball out and have
yeah.
two people fight over it.
This came up with Big T this morning?
Yeah. Well, because
Yeah, but I didn't think
But
Big
this-
T would know about this. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's I have more respect for them.
Big T strikes me as a man who thinks that he knows a lot of things.
Yeah, here we go. Here the good old days, man. Was that goalie versus goalie?
Oh,
That's
is goalie versus
incredible.
goalie.
That's incredible. Yeah,
God, that's
running
MLS.
start MLS, dude.
I mean,
Humble beginnings.
credit to them. They kept telling us they were going to make it work, and it seems like they have.
They've carved out. I mean, it is sort of a Ponzi scheme, MLS, but that's okay. Ponzi schemes work in America, right?
It's also like the only place in soccer
fucking
you
scam coins.
Scam coin. Like it's a Ponzi scheme. Like the way it stays afloat is you just get more expansion teams to pay the expansion fee, and at some point they're going to run out of cities to have expansion teams. But they're doing all right now. They're doing fine for themselves. What were you going to say, Ebo?
I was just gonna say, like, it's the one place in soccer you can park your money like pretty much risk free.
Yeah,
Because like you don't have to worry about like relegation or promotion.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, and I read something. Oh, here's what it is. There's 19 MLS teams that are in the world top 60 in terms of just value.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, Los Angeles FC is worth 1.2 bill. Inter Miami's 1.2. LA Galaxy 1.1.
There's
Atlanta United
no
1.
fucking way that LAFC is worth $1 billion.
1.28. The highest on the MLS.
There is no way that's true. There's no way somebody's like, I can give you $1 billion or I can give you LAFC. The choice is yours, and you're like, I got to take LAFC. That's worth a little bit more.
So here is the deal.
There's
with
no
sports,
way
though.
that's true.
There's a reason why everybody's investing in sports teams. And it is because sports are going to be the last bastion of humanity, right? Like we all saw the Google VO AI videos that dropped recently, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're pretty. We're getting into like real imperceptible from reality territory.
This will be our last tether to biological human beings.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Legitimately, 100%.
So you don't? Do you think if someone started a robot league, because they're trying it with the steroids? That's the first step to this. The steroid.
Well, we got robot boxing. We got Real Steel.
We have robot boxing.
Yeah, you know Real Steel, like the movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that.
We got robot boxing now.
You think if we design robots so well that they are humanoids and they can play football and they can play it at a level better than anything we've
I don't
seen.
think
Do you
there's
think people are gonna be like, I would rather watch this than the humans because this is.
I think you would
football.
check it out from a curiosity standpoint, but in the absence of like pain, suffering, and also like joy and exuberance, right? Thrill of victory, agony of defeat. That only matters when it's tethered to a human being.
The humanity matters. The humanity is
but I'm
what
saying,
we
think about
watch
like
for.
TV shows, short form content, movies. Like already, I catch myself watching some short form AI videos. Like this one dude does these like super like sci-fi, like in the seventh cycle of humanity, you gave yourself, and I watch him, and I'm like, that was pretty funny. That was good. I like that. But I would never watch a simulation of a baseball game or anything like that.
No.
So that's why like the Reddit co-founder, Alex Ohanian, he was talking about this the other day where, that's why he's investing all of his money in all sports is because a lot of people think that it's going to be, especially with entertainment, the last bastion, which is good for us guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're mostly sports, so.
We talk about it. Yeah. They'll try, the robots will talk about it better than us, but might not be able to.
That's
I did see someone tweet out the other day that Yahoo's fantasy page was like a bunch of like AI articles, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah, without a doubt. The AI writing online is out of control.
But that's why I'm anti. That's why I'm anti Victor Wembanyama. Is that he is?
Is he AI?
He's AI.
He looks
and
like
that's what, like when he was entering the league, everyone was like, "This guy's awesome," and I was like, "No. This is not awesome. This is in fact bad. He's a robot. This is not good."
His Shaolin monk turn is pretty fucking sick, dude. Our guy is entering
it's crazy.
a next level headspace. His mental capacity is about to be off the charts.
That's his third eye he's got open, right?
He's opened the
Fully-
third eye.
fully
He's
open.
The third eye. Yeah.
Look at him.
What does that mean for LeBron's legacy?
I don't know if LeBron ever opened the third eye
No.
at quite this level. I don't.
He never saw enlightenment.
No.
I'm wearing just a standard Carmelo Anthony Syracuse.
It's a pretty one. It's pretty.
The one who national champion. He won the national championship.
A quality jersey though, an authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone sent this in. I can't remember. Every time people send them in, we get excited. We make note of it in the moment. We open the package. We're like, "Oh, thank you, Steven, for sending in the jersey. I will be sure to thank you when I wear it." And then the day comes to wear it, and I'm like, "Fuck, I didn't write it down. Who sent this in?"
A
But
victim
somewhere
of
along
your
the
own
line,
success.
whoever sent this in, thank you. Great jersey. Great. College basketball legend. One of the great all-time one and done players, obviously.
Connor, where do you go?
And that's it.
I got
The block.
this year's City Edition Joel Embiid jersey. You know, Mark, obviously, big fan of the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, great game last night. There were reports circulating a couple weeks ago that Joel Embiid has been one of the biggest mentors to Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, that's right.
where he's encouraging him to shoot more and be more aggressive.
And I taught Joel Embiid how to shoot.
So it's a full circle type of thing, and that's why I'm wearing it today.
Yeah.
Also, for anybody who's a fan of an NBA team and they're like, oh, I really like the City Edition jersey this year, wait till the end of the year to buy it because they always go on sale, and that's what I did with this.
Good tip, Connor.
I feel like there's not many good City Editions out there.
No.
That one looks pretty cool. I was actually shocked when you told me that was City Edition.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way, Jerry McCain at the finals. You guys got.
He was there for the game one. Every single moment he's been
game
doing.
one. We forgot to talk about that.
He's been doing the media stuff. Every single moment he's been a part of in this playoff run, it's largely been with the Pacers. He's been there for like an awesome fucking moment. He's electric. I'm a McCaniac. I wasn't at first, but now I am.
TJ McConnell played for the Sixers too.
Yes, and I fucking love him to death.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to get a TJ McConnell Sixers jersey because I miss those days so much. I'm so
You can't bring
so
yourself to
pissed.
buy a TJ McConnell Pacers jersey?
No, because while I love him and I am rooting for the Pacers, it kills me that he's in another uniform. I'll root for him for the rest of my life, but I just I
If you legitimately died and at your funeral we had to explain that it was because TJ McConnell played for the Pacers, I think that'd be a pretty shitty way to go. It kills me. He told us it killed him. I mean, I don't know.
he's the man. I love him.
Ebo, what do you got on?
I got Kawhi, but it's in the Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady style
The throwback.
Raptors.
Yes.
I wore this completely independent of Connor's, but I'm glad I wore it today. I think I actually picked the perfect day to wear it. So, where is this? Is this your number one throwback? The Raptors?
Oh yeah,
By far?
Yeah. The Grizzlies too. I think for some reason those two. I mean, they entered the league at the same time in the '90s, and they took big swings with their jerseys and branding, and it worked.
Well, 90s culture's rap like it's hot again right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've entered we're old enough now for like what was the 80s ahead of us, now the 90s, and that gaudy, over-the-top, cartoony style actually plays really well. I had the full Raptors uni and warm-ups. You could have caught a 10-year-old chubby, braces white guy in Alpharetta, Georgia, little white kid running around. I'd like rip off the pants in the driveway, put up shots.
Damon Stoudemire Raptors jersey and a Mike Bibby Vancouver Grizzlies will always play. Always. Or Sharif Abdul-Rahim will play as well, I guess. Vancouver Grizzly.
I forgot about Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Bryant Country, big. You want to talk about one of the great freshmen.
Big country.
One of the great freshman season in college basketball history. Chris Jackson at LSU was fucking real.
Sharif Abdul-Rauf. He to me, Chris Jackson is really kind of he bridges the gap between Pistol Pete to Steph Curry, but he's kind of forgotten about. Like his college stats. If you've never looked up Chris Jackson, or it's fun. And he was also one of the first to be blackballed for going anti-anthem.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He turned his back on the I think he turned his back on the national anthem out of his beliefs, and he got cut out of the league.
By the way, just for clarity, I know that Sharif Abdul-Rahim and Rauf are different people.
Okay.
I was segueing
You're doing a
because
bit. You're doing a bit.
I just my mind was on freshman, and then I don't know.
And Chris Jackson was fucking incredible.
Chris Jackson was fucking incredible freshman. You're an LSU guy, so I thought I would throw that out there. TJ, what are you wearing?
I'm
I
wearing
apologize, I ruined that.
a Montgomery Biscuits, which I think Connor had a Montgomery Biscuit. But this is the Marvel's Defender of the Diamond series, which is what you wore the Indianapolis I-Words jersey last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
This is their version of the Marvel
Defenders.
Okay.
That's their mascot, Big Mo, who is a biscuit-loving beast, but in Marvel styles.
I fucking love biscuits. What's your favorite way to eat biscuits?
Multiple.
My mouth?
Do y'all fuck with like little little sausage gravy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe you a honey butter guy? You like to split in half, smear the honey butter?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to butter your biscuit. Honey butter's great.
Yeah.
Maple butter?
Yeah,
I don't know that
biscuits
I've had
are...
maple butter.
Chicken biscuit.
Chicken biscuit, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, a bacon
I should
sausage, egg,
probably
and cheese
spend more
biscuit.
time figuring out the optimal way
Need more time with
to
biscuits.
eat biscuits, yeah. Because I like biscuits a lot, but I'm not a Southern man, so me and the family don't really share
I don't know
biscuit secrets at a level that you guys probably do down south.
I don't know that I feel that there's an optimal way. I think that biscuits are kind of one of the more versatile foods. They're not quite on the level of an egg or a potato, but I mean, look, you like you said, you just split open a biscuit, slap some butter in there, put some jelly, split it open, maybe sausage, egg, and cheese. It can be a sandwich. It can be just you pour the gravy all over the top of it. It's I don't know. It's just delicious.
All right, so that was Jersey. I'm going to talk about State Farm now. In basketball, the great players don't just do it alone. They have teammates, coaches, and a solid support system behind them. It's kind of like insurance because, let's face it, a lot of us probably aren't great at doing that alone either. And that's where State Farm comes in. State Farm is a teammate always ready to assist, help you find the coverage you need, and help you recover from the unexpected. From fender benders to storm damage or even just a question about your policy, State Farm is there to help provide and assist when you need it through the State Farm mobile app, a network of 19,000 local agents, and online at statefarm.com. So don't just go at it alone. When you need help protecting what matters most, State Farm is there. State Farm with the assist. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability and eligibility vary by state. State Farm. Speaking of State Farm, the State Farm Barstool Basketball Association rolled on last night. Episode 2. We are 2 episodes in. We are 0 games in. But
I've seen
the drama. The drama is building.
Consternation from the fans.
Yeah, they're edging.
Next
week. I will. What's the what?
Next week.
Is it
When's
next
game
week
one?
or
Next
like
week or is it tonight?
tomorrow? I think is it on tonight?
When's the next? I thought we were doing tonight.
Release.
What's the release schedule on this?
No, I think this was it for this week, and then we do episodes like every day next week.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
All right,
Okay,
pull up. I want to see the whole release schedule right now.
Commissioner Sriracha, though, would shout out to Hannah. She came up with that. I think it's an incredible name because you're lithe and tall and kind of shaped like a Sriracha bottle. But you were a great commish, except when you allow bullshit ahead of time, backroom deals to go down, fucking tamper.
I'm not spoiling anything. I think it's become evident so far. I'm a commissioner that will both rule with an iron fist, but also do whatever it takes to make sure my favorability score remains high. So you can walk all over me, but also I'm gonna every so often drop the iron fist. So there's the release schedule. June 16th will be the first game.
Yeah, Connor's right.
Yeah,
Connor was right. I will say this. This is not typical. This is not just typical like promote the shit to get people to watch and get you excited about it and all this. You can come back to me and throw it in my face if I'm wrong, but I promise you Game 1 is awesome.
Game 1 is worth.
Game 1 is fucking awesome.
Absolutely worth.
This is not just me gassing it up because I'm supposed to. It is actually awesome. And if the day comes that Game 1 happens and you say to yourself, you lied to me, Mark, I'll give you a full refund. I'll do that. I'll give you a full refund.
Better Game 1. Pacers Knicks or
full refund.
Full refund.
Yeah,
No questions asked.
No questions asked. It's a full refund. Yeah.
Pacers Knicks or this Game 1. Better Game 1.
It's up there.
In terms of improv. Well, I don't know. I don't want to.
We're not spoiling anything, but the after Game 1 was the moment that all the production crew came to me because, like, again, I was walking around as a commissioner being like, I did this. You all are welcome. I created all of this. I'm the best commissioner in sports over and over and over. And then Game 1, so like I created this situation where like everybody needs to talk to me about the product, right? And then after Game 1 happened, all the production people and even the State Farm people came up to me and they're like, we have something.
Yeah.
That's when they're like, we have something. Good job.
Wait, we had State Farm people on site?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're like, good job, commish. We have something. I was like, you're welcome.
I think you dapped up Jake, right?
I did, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do we have a full body picture of Titus in his suit?
Count the
Commissioner Sriracha?
Count the wrinkles on the suit. And
so did you mean for it to be in the current style though? Because it is baggier and that is how people are wearing their suits again.
I don't know. They texted me like a week before. They said, what size do you wear?
Okay.
I said large.
Because it looked really good.
I don't think they believe me because then they bought 3 sizes. One was large, one was XL, one was double X.
Yeah, look at it.
And then I put on the large and it was very, very baggy. And it was fresh out of the box, and there were wrinkles, like the tie just has a crease where it like bends like that, and then it bends back like that.
Well, look, you're a commissioner of the
$10 on Amazon, I think.
We're not putting on airs.
No.
Here in the BBA.
No.
Is it an SEO thing? Was it a missed opportunity to maybe go Barstool Basketball League, or was that purposeful to avoid the BBL?
The Barstool Basketball Championship.
The BBC.
Yeah.
I like multiple BBCs. I like the Big Boys Club. I like Big Black Coffees. And occasionally I like Big Black Cock. So it's all, I got just to really run the gamut of BBCs.
So often I will be a guy who will dabble from time to time. What, Connor?
Speaking of,
Nothing.
Marcus Cousins.
Oh,
I know.
suspended for
I
the
know
rest of
comment
the-
on BBC.
Wait, Cousins' suspension, like how they wrote it, is the funniest thing in the world. What did they say? Suspended for the season for wiping,
For wiping his
own
balls and making a fan smell it or something? Yeah. Yeah. Suspended for the remainder of the season after scratching his balls and making a heckler sniff his hands.
Yeah. I mean, Complex Sports
incredible.
isn't the New York Times, but at the same time, it is a credible.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what happened.
Exactly what happened.
Shout out
And
to
they run
Boogie.
now.
Refute that.
Shout out Boogie, man. I had such high hopes for him and AD in New Orleans back.
Ebo, you mentioned this before the show, and then you sent the clip to the show, but then we started the show, and I didn't have time to watch the clip. Something happened in the congressional baseball game?
Well, yeah, there was just a play that looked like a legitimately good defensive play. I saw it literally right before the show. I was like, oh, that's quite impressive for someone that should probably be not athletic at all.
Also, much prefer. Oh man, who is that?
August Fluker.
Oh, he get
Oh, sorry, I missed it. I
Surely he's got to be House. Can't
All
be
right,
Senate.
do that
Senate,
again.
Senate,
Yeah, no, it's
Senate
House.
doesn't. Yeah, Senate doesn't have skills like that.
Yeah, I think it's all
oh
House
my god.
representatives.
Oh my god. Diving
Is
catch at third.
Is this the game where there was the shooting a few years ago?
Yeah.
Gleason got shot. Okay, so this is a more
Well, there
fun
was,
way
there
to
was,
celebrate.
there was
it.
a shooting at the practice.
Oh, at the
in
practice.
Arlington.
Okay.
almost caught a cleat to the face. That was.
They were doing,
Look at our guy. He
they were doing
fired
something
the fuck up.
in this game. They had ghost runners for some of the batters that were older. So there was a runner that started at home
Oh, that's
plate
cool.
for the older players. I think we should try that. Like imagine like Cal Raleigh or like David Ortiz or like Daniel Vogelbach hits and like Juan Pierre gets to run.
That's
Yeah,
what they
hell
did
yeah.
for Babe Ruth at the end of his career. When he had a home run, he would run to first, and then somebody else would run to second, third, and home.
Is that true?
Because he was like so old and
Have y'all done the look up Babe Ruth's diet game?
yeah.
What he used to eat per day? Oh, it's fucking insane. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Maybe look that up, TJ. See if it's worth it. We also have a new Coach O video that dropped. Did y'all see that?
Oh no.
Yeah. He's
Not see it.
he's running on South Beach, and some. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is this the Babe Ruth diet?
Babe Ruth's daily diet: pint of bourbon mixed with ginger ale, steak, 4 eggs, fried potatoes, 1 pot of coffee for breakfast. All right. Afternoon snack: 4 hot dogs, 4 Coca-Colas. Early dinner: 2 porterhouse steaks, 2 heads of lettuce drenched in blue cheese, 2 full plates of cottage. I'm sniffing Kizzy.
Is this?
I'm sniffing Kizzy, Connor.
Early dinner and late dinner is funny.
There's no way. He's not fat enough.
Do you think
He's not a fat enough.
So wait, are you saying this is like the old Hunter S. Thompson one where he kind of played it up for the
Yeah.
report, and that can't be
Yeah.
how he really
Yeah.
lives?
Yeah, I think guys do that. Day in the life guys will do that no matter what. Like you get like maybe there was one day he ate all that for breakfast.
I believe he could
there
do
was
that in a day.
6 months later. There was one time where he had an evening snack that was that.
So
Then
you're
the-
saying he
then
never
put
even
it all
did that
together.
one day?
I don't know if he did it one day, but then you present it like this was your daily intake. I just don't believe it.
I could see him stumbling into one day. It definitely does. It's hard to believe that could be an.
Athletes will get asked like what was your college like day to day like, and you're like, dude, bro, you don't even know. Like, you want to play high level football, you want to play SEC football,
Yeah.
you got to get up at 5 a.m. You're working out. All right, so this is just you're just lifting weights. You're not even practicing football yet, and that's from 5 to 7. Then from 7 to 11, you're going to class. At noon, you do the football practice.
Yep.
From noon to 3. Then you go back to class. Then you got to
Tutoring.
recover. You got to do tutoring that night.
tutoring after you recover.
You got to do your and then you're like, I mean, you're not wrong. Like it can be a lot.
You go
but
through
it's not-
stretches of
you
that,
go through stretch,
but
but
then
it's not,
you-
I mean,
yeah.
present this like it's every single day, 365 for 4 years. I mean, come on.
No, there's a lot of days where you're going to
a
the
lot
pool
of-
and
yeah,
drinking
yeah.
87 beers and. Do y'all piss in the pool?
Never.
Yeah.
Why?
I've never peed in a body of water ever.
What?
What
Ever?
about the shower?
Feels weird. Never. Feels
I-
weird. To
What?
Wait, not even in the shower, Connor?
I don't think I
No.
shower without peeing.
Can somebody who
Really?
went to school with Connor let us know if that's true or not?
Yeah, yeah. I won't piss in pools, but I'll piss in the ocean.
So y'all just don't piss in pools?
I won't piss in pools. No, it's,
Why?
You
I mean,
nervous-
I'm
nervous
I'm
about chlorine or the dye.
The grown-ups.
I'm always a little nervous about the dye. Every time I pull the trigger, I am a little nervous about the dye. I just feel like, you go to some of these parties and nobody's getting out the pool, so it's like, well, if everybody else is
Somebody's
pissing,
pissing,
then, I mean,
We ain't drinking it.
I might as well piss too.
yeah.
So the chlorine's for.
Something about just like yeah, like it's chlorine. I just don't like the
Better be
idea of
hydrated though. You don't want
being, yeah, exactly.
that yellow cloud. Coming.
Yeah,
Like being in my own urine. I
Yeah,
don't
well, you're
know.
not. You're in the pool. Just disappear.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. Is in the shower you point it at the drain and it's
That I would
on.
do.
In the ocean, it's so big. I mean, it gets diluted.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
gets diluted immediately. The pool,
I think it's
sort of
still pretty
it's
diluted
sort of
in the
like
pool.
you probably, but
It's got to be a
still
big
like,
pool.
It's still a little.
I just think back on some of the college pools that we used to go party
my
at.
God.
There'd be just be dead bugs floating all around,
piss.
cigarette butts, just all piss.
all piss.
It's like the
It was-
South Park
it was-
episode.
It was all piss.
I'll
Coach O.
yeah,
Coach
yeah,
O.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's running. Apparently, so Coach O now, and I know this because it's my boy. He lives. He at least part time lives in Miami. He has like a sick condo, and he just runs along the beach and has sex with beautiful women. But here is
What a life.
here is an Alabama fan trying to get one over on O.
Coach, sorry to bother you. Here we go, baby. Roll Tide.
All right, here you go. Not really. I mean, what was that about?
Look, I respect you as a person. I was a big
What
fan.
was that about?
I respect you as a fan.
I wouldn't take those Tigers to you after I take a picture of you.
Understand.
Have a good day, man.
Hi.
Where you from?
I'm from Alabama.
What part?
Tuscaloosa, actually.
You from
So
Tus-
you gotta understand that
That's
ain't
cool.
nothing towards you.
No,
That's-
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But look, just show respect.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what the fuck, man? Hey, if you from LSU, you wouldn't go to the Knicks game and say go Tigers, would you?
I think some people would, but
You would.
I
You
want
would.
it.
You would.
Coach, sorry to bother you.
Damn, he
As-
fucking completely tore that dude down.
As the ladies say, he gagged him.
Gagged him.
He gagged him.
To have him saying yes, sir, like a minute later.
Unreal.
What the fuck is that?
Immediate fold.
You could see a few things from O's past there, which is the motherfucker used to love to fight back in the day when growing up, fight 24/7. So like shit still pisses him off, and then you could also see the recruiting kick in. You know, okay, where are you from? Like, okay, I scared you a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna butter you up a little bit,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna be like, but don't fucking do that shit again now.
But he's got to be used to that. Is that he behaved like that's a rare occurrence in his life.
I mean,
he doesn't get that.
Maybe
fairly often.
he's a real one, and he just checks everyone. and
Every
tries to
single
roll
person
tide
that
at
does it,
him.
he checks
Yeah,
it. Every single one.
Every single one you throw a roll tide at him, he fucking gets after him. God, I love that.
That was
man, dude.
crazy.
I love that man. I just love the immediate fold. Could not withstand the pressure or the confrontation at all. You want to be cheeky and cute. You want to throw out a roll tide, but you ain't ready to fucking cash the
Yeah.
checks that your mouth is writing. Shout out to.
A Baltimore Orioles fan has brought an entire crab boil to the game and ate it at the center field bar. We have pictures of this. This man brought an entire crab boil to a baseball game. T-Bob, what say you? Bringing an entire crab boil to a baseball game and eating it in public view, fair or foul?
I need, if I could get more information on the population density of where he was seated, I think that's a key element in this. Because from the angles I just saw, I'm going to call fair. You're outdoors, smells.
yeah.
It's not like a plane. Smells
You're in
wafting
Maryland.
away.
This is the place to do it.
Fucking love a
seemingly,
crab boil.
in Maryland. What does a crab boil entail?
It's just like
why word it that way and not just brought some crab?
They call them crab boils, crab feasts. It's just like a crawfish boil, right? I mean, you might know. I don't know. Do y'all know more about it? My wife's family's all from.
Yeah, but also most crabs like you get in Maryland are from the Gulf, like the.
Oh, really?
Like I'm pretty sure most of it because they overfished the bay for a long time, so like there's not that many crabs like left in the Chesapeake Bay, and they've been trying to bring back the population.
But crab feasts, crab boils.
Yeah,
The term is just he's eating a crab.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's just like that's just the term.
But
There's no
it's
special.
But it's just like a crawfish boil or something where it is, in my opinion, the most fun and social way to eat because everybody's gathered around the table, and it's not something where you can take constant bites of the food because you're having to work to create the bites. So you're incentivized to be talking as you're cracking and peeling and you're drinking beers, and it becomes an incredibly communal and fun experience, and you just dump it on the table. I'm going to say fair because they were outside.
Maryland blue crab is an absolute like war to eat, or just crab in general. That's not like king crab legs. It's just you're fighting for every ounce of protein that you get in crab.
Speaking of
Going through all the little chambers once you crack them open.
Yeah.
My bad, Mark. You got indigestion?
I think I have a burp.
Is it all the crab talk?
Is it the baby?
It's a baby burp.
comes
Speaking of dumping food on the table, one thing you'll learn about me quickly, T-Bob, is I want to be a rich white woman badly. It's something I
In what
aspire
way?
to be. Just the whole lifestyle. Like you do Pilates, you drive the expensive car.
Pilates.
Your husband got you, and you go shopping, and then you fucking have like a big salad and a glass of
You do have
white
to
wine out in
well,
the sun, and then you go home, and that's your day. I want that to just be like my day-to-day life.
I was going to say you have to take care of the kids, but if you're a really rich white woman,
No, you're really
you just
rich.
have somebody taking care of
someone
the
else
kids.
take care of your
hell
kids.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
You should get into tennis.
There you go. That would be a great life. But one of the things that I have to tip my cap at the white women and say you fucking did it again is this idea of a grazing table. The grazing table. Like
What is a grazing table?
You're not familiar with the grazing table?
Uh-uh.
Well, it's like a concept that they have now. It's a concept that's been around, which is just put a bunch of food out for people to eat. But it's But it's been codified. It's charcuterie. It's charcuterie to scale. It's charcuterie that is now like you just put a fuck ton of meat and cheeses on a table at a party, and then this is just what the party looks like.
Whoa!
You go over to the house.
Whoa!
Yeah, this is just it's just grazing table. It's just like we just make a grazing table for you, and we'll do that in your little side room at your party.
Oh.
And you just walk into this room and you graze.
I
fucking love it, dude. I fucking love it.
I was gonna
what
say,
a concept.
It actually, by filling up the table, you do the name grazing honor because that looks as if it's a biome.
Yeah.
And you would be like eating the grass. Like there's no table left. It's all food.
I'm telling you, dude, the white women kind of have it figured out. They kind of, like, I need one of these. At all
But
times.
aesthetically, this thing's going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Unless it's a light graze, but then you've just wasted a lot of food.
Yeah. I also feel like there are probably, like, at this specific party, there's probably like 5 people there.
I was gonna say,
and
it's like $5,000 worth.
Yeah, 80% of it doesn't get touched.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it does look awesome.
I think I always get self-conscious about my portions with charcuterie boards. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I maybe put too much cheese, too much jelly, too much of this. My father-in-law clowned me one time and made me feel very low class for not appropriately.
You're supposed to be. I'm the same way.
I think I was doing too much. It's supposed to be a little more subtle in your charcuterie approach.
You go to the places where it's like pick 2 meats and 1 cheese or something, and I'm like, how do I just get? Can I just get every meat you have listed and every cheese you have listed? And they're like, I guess we could do that. We've never really had anybody ask. Give it all to me, dude. Give me all the
meat.
fucking. Give me all the meat you got. Speaking of food on the table, are we getting? Can we get some Shake Shack today or what?
Oh, I don't know.
I would love to have some Shake Shack.
I would love some.
It was
Shake Shack
great
today.
yesterday. Delicious. Fries delivered.
Nobody knows.
I asked sales and got ghosted.
Damn.
I asked them 2.5 hours ago.
Well,
Well,
back.
sometimes the simplest things are the best. Shake Shack is offering buy one double ShackBurger, get another free. Something for us dads and a little something for the gift giver. A Shake Shack is perfect for all the fathers. I'm a father in waiting, and I'm a Shake Shack guy. I can only imagine once this baby slides out of my wife's uterus, how much more I will love Shake Shack because it is. I've been told. It is the food for fathers.
Interesting play by Shake Shack. It reminds me of one of my favorite ad campaigns of all time. The Diet Dr. Pepper. It's not for women. It's like, fuck you. It's keep your grazing tables. Diet Dr. Pepper doesn't fuck with that shit.
Dr. Pepper 10, if I.
Oh, was it 10?
It was
Dr.
10.
Pepper 10.
Use code DADMODE right now through Monday, June 16th. Terms apply. Shake Shack. Go get your father some Shake Shack. Go.
Yeah.
Go and if you're not on speaking terms with your father and you're saying to yourself, what about me? I don't have a great relationship. Go get some Shake Shack and stick in your father's face, like as a
break the bun,
yeah,
as they say.
Show up,
go eat
Shake Shack in hand, throw in an episode of Reacher, and bond.
That's all you need, Shake Shack. And this is the part of the show where Cody should be walking in with the Shake Shack, and he's just not. And it's not Cody's fault necessarily, but it was something I was hoping would happen, and it's not happened. Quickly before we go, Scoof, you want to do your Switch game real quick?
No, we don't.
We ran out of time.
Let's just run the horses. Run the horses.
We said we were going to do it today.
Yeah, and I this is going to be.
Are we
another-
really running the ponies for a Switch 2?
This
We can't run the ponies, do we?
This is going to be
You
another
prepared-
thing
you
like the
prepared a
waffle
game.
stream where I come up with something
prepared a game
that's
for us.
not a big deal at all, but then we turn it into this big thing.
Oh, God
And
damn
then
it.
people say when it happens, oh, that sucked, but it was never supposed to be a thing that was big. We'll do it tomorrow.
I tried looking up
tomorrow, yes.
load switching last night, and I couldn't find any example of men swapping cum in that way.
One last thing before we go for real. Brian Wilson passed. Does that do anything to you, T-Bob? Beach Boys, the brain behind the Beach Boys. One of the, I would say, one of the top, if not the top. There's some others you could throw in there. I would Prince comes to mind of the top musical brains, top American musical brains of all time. We'll say Brian Wilson. You a Beach Boys guy? You hear the news that Brian Wilson has passed. What goes through your head?
So I got to be honest here. Music is not a strong suit of mine. Generally, I just listen to like movie scores and shit. But I have heard that. I've gotten that through internet and pop culture osmosis. Because to my mind, you hear Beach Boys, you're like, oh yeah, it's good, it's fun, it's boppy, very cool for the time, representative of the beach culture. But then like people are like, no. Like, actually, Brian Wilson's a fucking genius, and he did this and that.
Yeah.
So, much respect. Well, I don't have a lot of personal
harmonies,
feelings one way or another.
The fucking harmonies from the Beach Boys.
Have you all heard
It's all about the harmonies.
the new hit song of the summer, the Ferda song of the summer?
It's from our two Poppy Boys, right?
They made a
Rascal
song?
Flats guy,
Yeah.
Gary
Rascal Flats, Gary, what is it?
LaVox, or
Gary LaVox and Akon
Buckeye.
teamed up. Hold the Umbrella.
Yeah. he's
If we
Buckeye.
played it on YouTube, would we get copyright?
100%.
Okay, damn.
Gary,
Fuck, it's so good.
Rascal Flats are a Buckeye band.
Really?
Same with OAR. Those are the two Ohio State bands I know.
I always
OAR and Rascal Flats.
whenever like good things happen, when you maybe thought stuff was bad at first, I always I hearken back to Rascal Flats, God Bless the Broken Road that led me here to you. So just know, guys, when it feels bad in the short term, it might be leading you to something bigger.
I think you got to go what hurts the most when you're really sad, and you feel that for a second. You're like, fuck. And then you go immediately after that. To
If
God Bless
you-
the Broken Road.
if-
You're like, okay.
It's true, yeah. They
Like,
pair well. They
get
pair
the
well that
sadness
way.
out,
Yeah,
but then
healing.
If you tell me that you've never put Rascal Flats on a burnt CD that you made for a woman, you are either younger than 30 years old or a liar.
I don't know. I gotta be honest. I never put Rascal Flats.
There you go. And there's an example of a liar.
Life is a highway.
Dude.
That's true. I gotta be honest. Is also a pretty dead giveveaway that you're about to lie or say something of
Yeah,
not a
gotta
lot of
be
value.
honest, yeah.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Gotta
Or
be honest.
you've never had your heart broken and thrown what hurts the most.
Well, that actually
you know what'll
makes
win her
sense.
back is I'm gonna open this burnt CD with what hurts the most. That's gonna be song 1, and away we go. And
When
she'll crawl back.
I left Baton Rouge recently, I was getting pretty emotional driving out last time. I've been there many years. Beautiful sunset, and I don't know why the place that I immediately went to was James Blunt. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. And I was just sitting there openly sobbing.
Yeah.
My son's in the back. He's like, "Dada, you okay?" I just openly sobbing. Then I went from there to Binary Sunset by John Williams, trying to capture some of Luke as he is going on to bigger things. And then I engaged in some Into the West from the Return of the King soundtrack, which actually won the Oscar for best song back in the day. Just a deeply ruminative song about death and moving on. And I'm sobbing the whole time. But a good cry. It's good to get your emotions out, guys. I believe in crying.
All right. And with that,
When's the last time you've cried?
oh, I cry all the time.
Okay.
I'm a big crier.
Because, you're about to be a
I
fucking...
cry every time I watch Wall-E. Really, I read somebody got me a Wall-E book for my kid on opening day, and then I read it the other day. Tears. It's automatic. I was tearing up Top Gun Maverick when I watched it
Yep.
recently.
I did my
How do
first
you not?
walkthrough on Sunday or Monday night.
How do you not talk to me, Goose? I mean, when it's fucking crazy. You're looking at the sun, saying "Talk to me, Goose."
Did Andor make you cry, Connor? You don't strike me as a crier, though.
I'm not a crier, but
He's emotionless.
Cassian and Bix, I am. Cassian and Bix in episode 9.
Yeah,
that message.
That actually got me, dude.
It got me very, very close.
I was
as close as I ever come.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. T-Bot's back tomorrow.
Thank y'all.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the stream, comment for the algo. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's a Balls Done.
Family, 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 family.